So what I'm coming to today is to ask for y'all to approve this. I actually still have to submit the minutes where it was approved to the bank's board, and that would be my next process here. They actually have approved the contract, but I still have to submit that, as they have to submit their minutes to us as well. We'll also return the check, cashier's check that they presented along with this, which was that had to do for the $188,000, and then we'll move forward. And they've already pledged all of our security, so that won't be any problem as well. So this is our next process. We'd actually like to sit down for bid. This is what we can receive. So I'm ready to move forward if you gentlemen are as well. And actually, our contract runs out at the end of this month. And the new contract will be a 4-year contract, as we all spoke about.
Questions for Mr. Bynum?
I would just like to thank Michael for going over it, spending some time with me explaining. Of course, it's always a learning experience to visit with Michael about our the bank depository, and I appreciate his time and how he explained it to me. So I appreciate it very much.
And I think I told each and every one of y'all at any given point, you as the court have access to go over to that bank and discuss anything out there that you need, just as our county auditor is as well. So, I just want to make sure y'all are aware of that. Any concerns or anything, you're more than welcome. Y'all's name is over there, so we're welcome to do that.
Commissioner Tubman?
I think it's a great job. Anything you can get better from the previous contract and help the county is great. So also thanks for doing a conference call with me because I was busy that day.
Yes, sir.
Commissioner McCamp?
I'm like Commissioner number 1 over there. Thank you for bringing us all in and updating us on all the material that we have to be updated on. It's a great help.
Commissioner Geeson?
Are we signing on to the positive pay, or is that still up for debate?
That right there, of course, you saw the fee there. Again, as we spoke, the positive pay is definitely new that I had asked for. Just I don't want to go into a great detail, but positive pay is something that could actually protect us and something that come through. It's actually truly a protection for me to the bank as well. We don't have
more for the bank than it is for us.
And that's correct.
And
we don't have to do that, but
that's what I wanted to hear.
Implemented that new to the bank there, because beforehand they did not have that. So there is quite a few banks now that are actually doing that. It's an extremely high cost to the bank, and that's the reason why they want to charge a fee. So I had to make some negotiations on that, of course, when we went over it. They called me over and I went over and discussed that with them. And one of the things that was not going to go down on was our interest. And so if you all know, we got a pretty good deal on our interest this time. So. But we don't have to do positive pay, but it's in the contract if we choose, and they were going to charge us $50 a month, which would have been only $600 out of the whole year, which isn't much when you look at our interest that we've made, but it is not something that we have to do. I don't see a huge need for it other than in our accounts payable, which is checks that we actually send out that you all approve. I don't see a need for it over at the sheriff's office. They use pay cards over there. So there's just not a lot of issuing that we don't keep a close eye on. So I'm not real sure. I think that's something that probably we're going to need to look at and consider. And I'll involve Nikki and my office as well, and of course in the auditor's office, and we can look at that charge to see if that's something that we don't want to do. We did not commit to that, and I don't know how many businesses here or that they do business with that actually we don't. It's just, that's something that we can do if we choose to, but that was the cost of that.
All right.
Which is actually a little lower than what most folks would do that. Actually, a little more about deposit pay. I actually had a conversation with Athens ISD accountant over there, and they have chosen at this point in time not to probably do so. But again, I think it's more protection for the bank. This is what you said. And I think the auditor will agree with you there as well.
I mean, we've only had one situation where it might have been a benefit, and I don't see spending the $50 a month.
That is correct.
Based on one incident over the last 8 years. If this contract is written in a manner in which that we can add this at any time over the next 4 years, if we find that it is a requirement that's going to have a huge benefit to the county, I don't see it right now. I guess the AISD didn't see it either. It's just an expense that I don't think we really need. Because as I said before, I think, the real burden is on the bank anyway, so.
I agree with you, Commissioner.
Okay, so when we sign this or approve this, this doesn't automatically kick this in?
No, sir.
Okay,
It's an option if we want to go with it.
okay, that's all I needed to know. No other questions?
Well, just to add to that, it appears that this has just been purchased and the bank has not implemented it as of yet.
They're in their process of implementing it, and I'm under the impression that they're going to actually go live with it come June 1.
Okay.
I know that they're still working a few things out to make this process work. So as of today, it would not be available to anyone, but it would be come June 1st, which is when our new contract would actually go into effect.
Okay.
So.
But did I hear correctly that if we choose to, during the term of this contract, to add it, there would be no issue?
No problem at all.
Okay.
Because it's actually in the bid. That's what we would be charged. There would be a $100 initiation fee per account if we wanted to add that, and then after that it would be $50 per month to keep that on. But that is totally something.
Is that per account or
per
for?
account. And again, out of all of our accounts, the only one that I would see a need for would be our accounts payable, which y'all probably all know. You have to kind of really give the ladies in my office, they do a great job of balancing accounts and keeping up with them, but not only there, with the audit office as well. We're pretty much on top of all of our accounts. We know what's coming through. As y'all all know, I look at those accounts daily, and we just don't do that. If we work on top of our accounts like we are, I see more of a need, but we're on top of it.
One thing that I don't think came out in this discussion is that we only had one bid.
That is correct.
For
We only
the-
had one bid. And one reason is because I understand, and I know, we have to have all of our monies pledged with securities. That can cost the bank. Matter of fact, Thursday, First State Bank immediately is going to pledge us another $2 million. So that's the other issue, is I don't have problems with that. I know that y'all don't see that on a daily basis, but I do. And so I never have any problems, and our outside auditors can tell you as well. I've never had to, I've never gone under pledge. I've always been on top of the game, and they always usually over-pledge us when we're running through the tax season. Although, as y'all heard Peggy speak the other day, our monies come in during that, but I also let the bank know, hey, tomorrow I've got another I may have $8 million coming in today. I've got $6 million going out tomorrow, because it goes back to some of the ISDs and certain entities like that. So we pretty much stay on top of that during those heavy seasons that comes in.
Any further questions? So before us here is approving First State Bank
Yes.
as the deposit,
That's our depository bank.
okay?
I'd like to make that motion that we use First State Bank for a depository bank for Henderson County.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Thomas, seconded by Commissioner Tooley to award the depository bank status to First State Bank of Athens for a term 2019 to 2023. Any further comments? All those in favor? Item passes.
Appreciate it. And I appreciate y'all's time again.
Item number 3, consider and take action on Sub-Depository Bank for Henderson County.
So we only received one sub-depository bank bid as well. And just give you a little background on a sub-depository bank. We cannot put any more funds into an account at a sub-bank than what the FDIC would actually cover, which is $250,000. So we can never carry over that amount because they're not obligated to pledge securities for our funds. So just to give you just a brief, real quick, what we have done in the past with a sub-depository bank is we used to sweep monies out of there, but we were starting to be charged per account to do so. Now, once a month, we actually write a check and we move those funds into our depository bank is what we do. And we never have, like I said, $250,000 in there. We also used to zero the account out. It used to be an account, what they call a ZBA account. We don't do that anymore because they don't want to do that. They want us to have some monies in there. So we leave about a $250 balance in those accounts. We write the check once we get the interest and we move it. And that's what we do with that. So the only sub-depository bank that I had actually submit one was Citizen State Bank. We currently have them right now as a sub-depository bank, and that kind of helps everybody on our east end because that's where we have the issue with making deposits, and that's where our tax office are and our JPs are over there. And I think that maybe Precinct 3 used to deposit there, but they don't anymore. It's here, so.
That was trash office.
But so that's the only one I've actually had submitted, and it's just a regular account that actually draws interest, but we move those monies out at the first of the month, every single month.
Questions?
So there's 2 locations, correct?
That is correct.
There's the one in Chandler and the one in Gun Barrel City. Is that the location?
We don't use one on the west side. Well, it's just on the east side here.
So it's just the one bank we use now?
Yes, but they could actually come to Athens and make a deposit here if they need to into that particular account. Regardless where they make a deposit, we're going to not sweep it out, but we're going to actually write a check to pull the money out and deposit it into our main depository bank. That's the way that would work. So they can deposit at any Citizen State Bank as long as they have a deposit, so they'll have our account numbers and things like that. And that would be with just them because they would be the one that would carry that account. The JP is going to have an own account set up there, and that's how we do that.
So the Chandler office does JP's, does it do the tax office?
It does.
And then everyone on the west side either utilizes First State Athens or one of their branches that are relatively available on that side.
If they have
Gotcha.
an account set up, they have to have the account set up.
Okay.
Do they?
And they do, yes. We don't allow JP5 to put into JP2 or whatever. We have to have our accounts straight. And then we have checks that we actually will write to get that back into our depository. We do it on a monthly basis.
Further questions or comments?
So this is with
Sorry.
Citizen State Bank?
Yes, from Citizen State Bank.
I would like to say Citizen State, if it wasn't for them bidding this sub-depository, it would cause our satellite office, especially on the east end, quite a bit of trouble. and cause us to pay for mileage and things like that, bringing it into
That's
Athens.
correct.
It definitely would, so I'm glad that they continue to do this for us.
Okay. Anything else? Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we accept the bid from Citizens State Bank as a sub-depository bank in Henderson County.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Thomas, to approve Citizen State Bank as sub-depository bank for Henderson County for the term 2019-2023. All those in favor? Item passes.
Thank you, Board. I appreciate y'all's time very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Michael.
Item number 4, I believe, go ahead, Commissioner, you're asking that we skip over this?
Yeah, actually, I'd like to apologize to the court for this item. I was in conference last week learning how to be a commissioner, and this got put in by it was my fault, so I apologize, but it need to pass on it if we could.
Okay, thank you.
By the way, I learned how to be a commissioner this last training. He was the one that kind of got me over the edge, so thank you for letting me go.
Item number 5, consider and take action on agreement to assist a governmental entity of the city of Eustace located in Precinct 2. Commissioner Tooley.
Morning, Court. The mayor of the city of Eustace and the council has been meeting and discussing how to help themselves with Oak Street that runs from FM 316 all the way, I don't remember what that road, to the railroad, to the city limit line. And this road has not been worked since 2002, so they have set aside $70,000 to help with this project. They've come to me and asking for equipment and man hours. And as you see in your packet, I highlighted the street and intersection, but after looking, 175 is in the wrong spot. It needs to be moved over to the west. That's the railroad that I have highlighted. So anyway, this they have the minutes approved, and they will be purchasing all the material for the project, which will go out strictly to the job site, and we will be providing the labor and the machines for this project. So I'll entertain any questions.
Questions for Commissioner Tooley?
What is the duration of this project?
We think somewhere around 10 to 11 days is what we have projected. We're depending on the weather, we are scheduled to start June the 10th and finish up about 10 days later.
I thought the maximum amount in equipment and labor that could be spent over a 12-month period was $5,000.
Under the contract, intergovernmental contract, that they can request service on a phone call. Under this particular agreement, and our county attorney is with us, and I believe it's a transportation code that covers it, puts us at $15,000.
$15,000. I think it's always been the court policies where the number comes from, but that's the court policies on the
So the interlocal agreement, you're saying, according to the transportation code, can be as high as $15,000?
for roads, yes.
On an
That's not for everything. If there were other services, then it's limited to for roads.
But we've always used, this court has always used $5,000 as the maximum amount over a 12-month period of time.
Right. And when I got here, it was $3,000. Over the years, that's crept up to $5,000, just as the court's policy that said we're not going to exceed $5,000. That's just the court policy, is what the court has done in the past.
Was that an official court policy that was passed?
Not that I'm
it was just agreed to by the county commissioners that 5 was the maximum amount that would be expended over a 12-month period of time.
That's my understanding.
So now we're setting a new precedence here today, making it $10,000.
The only thing I would want to be sure that we're talking about 2 agreements. Under the contract is 5,000, and yes, you are correct. The policy under the interlocal agreement, unofficial policy, has been at a lower rate, the 5,000 on there. And I want to be sure we do not confuse the 2 different forms that we have to use. Contract is on a 12-month cycle. The interlocal agreement has been used on a per project basis. And each project has been limited to that. You have your interlocal governmental contract, and you have your interlocal governmental agreement, or agreement to assist.
But it's my understanding,
Right.
whatever you call it a contract or an interlocal agreement, it's always been the policy of the court to say, we're going to allow up to
5,000 on both of them.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
To lend aid to
Okay.
the city.
Because I wanted to be sure that we did not confuse that one is a 12-month and the other one is a per project, even though that they may be 5,000 apiece.
Right, and again,
Okay.
but that's all court policy.
Right,
It has
right, no,
nothing to
no.
do with me. You guys can do what you want to do there, and, and vote for it, vote against it. That is up to the court. My role is to say that what he's presented is legal per the statute.
Right. No, I'm not disagreeing, just making sure we understood the 2 different
Yeah.
devices.
Well, I mean, but as the county attorney just said, I mean, we've had commissioners in the past go out and assist on a municipality to fix a road or haul millings, and over a 12-month period of time, as a rule, that has never exceeded $5,000. It was a couple thousand here and $3,000 on another project, but it still was within that $5,000 range.
Right.
This is the first time that I've seen $10,000 as the limit. I'm concerned about it because, I have interlocal agreements with 3 municipalities that are all at $5,000, which were done multi-year. Now we've set in a new precedence that we can go up to $10,000.
This was, I based it off the Transportation Code, Section 251.0515.
That's fine. I'll change all mine to 15,000. I'll base it off the same code.
And-
I was only pointing out that this court has maintained $5,000. When I did my first interlocal agreement, I talked to the then senior commissioner, and it was what the court had always done, was limited at 5,000. I have no problem, Commissioner Tully, if we're just setting a new precedence today that I wasn't aware of until I read the backup.
With it being a 1.9-mile road, I combined it into one project. We can go to, we can come back and go to 1 mile for $5,000, and it's going to do half the deal. This road's used as a cut through, and all the schools use it during school time. So, but it's going to be a big improvement for the city of Eustace if we help them out.
I've stated my concern. I have no further comment.
Any other questions or comments concerning this item? Do we wish to pass over today to make changes, or do you wish to move forward as is?
I would like to move forward as is.
We'll entertain a motion.
I move that we take action on an agreement to assist the city of Eustace with an interlocal agreement on Oak Street in the intersection of Weeks, located in Precinct 2.
Do we have a second?
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley, second by Commissioner Thomas, to approve the interlocal agreement with the City of Eustace with Commissioner's authorization to sign.
Yes.
Any further comments? If not, all those in favor? All those opposed? Item passes 3-2. Item number 6, consider and take action to receive financial statement for Emergency Service District Number 2, which is the Payne Springs area located in Precinct 2. Commissioner Tooley?
This is, the ESD president wanted me to tell you that he apologized. He thought that their accountant had put their 2018 when they filed the 2016 and 2017. So this is just accepting their 2018 financial records.
Questions, comments? If not, entertain a motion.
I move that we receive the financial statements from ESD number 2 in Payne Springs located in Precinct 2.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley, second by Commissioner McCann, to accept the financial statement for ESD service, Emergency Service District Number 2. All those in favor? Item passes. Item 7, receive financial reports. Yes. We have several of them this week. We have the April report for the animal shelter, JP1, JP2, JP3, and JP4. These will be on view, available for viewing after court in the county clerk's office. Item 8, consider and take action on payroll distributions and accounts cash sheets. Mr. Bynum?
Yes. So the first one that I have is for payroll distribution totals for bi-weekly number 10. You can see if I keep court approval on this.
Questions, comments? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
So moved to approve payroll distributions for bi-weekly 10.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Giesland, second by Commissioner Thomas, to approve payroll distributions for payroll number 10. All those in favor? Item passes.
And also, Judge, I have the payroll distribution totals for our May elections. And our normal procedures, we wait till we get all of these in and just do one run, and that's what we've actually done here. So I don't think there's anything out there left, so we should be complete with that. And we issue checks for all of these as well, not direct deposited, of course.
Okay. Questions? Entertain a motion.
So moved to approve the May election payroll distribution.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Giesland, second by Commissioner McCam, to approve the payroll distribution for elections. All those in favor? Item passes.
And then also, Judge, I have the pay period for ending in April, the cash sheets there totals for y'all that I need to get approval on as well.
Questions concerning the cash accounts sheets? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
So moved to approve.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Giesland, second by Commissioner Thomas, to approve the accounts cash sheets. All those in favor? Item passes. And excuse me, that was for April 2019.
Correct. Thank you for it. I appreciate it.
Item 9, consider and take action on submitted contracts.
I have 2 contracts this morning. The first one is with ETTL Engineering and Consultants out of Tyler. For the JP4 LaRue building project, we need to get some geotech testing done. The total amount of this contract is $4,320. That'll be 2 20-foot bores under where the building site will be, a 10-foot bore under the building site, and then 2 5-foot bores in the parking areas.
And gentlemen, this is a part of the JP4 complex site. This is one of those expenses that we often question that basically tell us what we already know about the soil composition. It is one of those things that we grit our teeth about, but it is an important part of the governmental requirements on governmental buildings when we were building them. So we asked for these so that we can move forward with the project. I do not like the idea of it, but I feel it's one of those requirements that we have to move forward.
It is a requirement, isn't it?
Yes. So, be happy to answer any questions.
Are they available? Are they backed up? What's your schedule? I mean, is it something they're going to get to quickly?
When I spoke with them, they said they would get to it within a couple of weeks.
I'm very familiar with ETTNL. I've actually used them in my past, so it's a good company. I know they're in Tyler, local company, so.
We've used them on previous projects.
Right.
When the jail, when we're doing the expansion on the jail, we used them. And even in actuality, they were used at the original location site that was first proposed for the JP4 building all of those years ago. And it was actually based upon the geo and the topography there that stopped that original location. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second this motion.
With the judge's authorization to sign, please.
With the judge's
With the judge's
authorization.
authorization signed.
I'll still second this motion.
Thank you. Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Giesland to approve the contract with ETTL for geological services with the judge's authorization to sign. All those in favor? Item passes. Thank you, Court.
The second contract I have is with Champion Life Safety Solutions. It's for the backflow inspections that are due to the City of Athens annually. There's 7 backflow valves located throughout the city at various buildings. So I just need authorization for the judge to sign and us to get this done for the city.
Questions from Ms. Nicholson? Just for edification of the public, this is a requirement.
Yes, sir. The city requires that we have them inspected annually.
Once a year, twice a year?
Just one.
Once a year. Thank you. Any other questions? Entertain a motion.
So moved to approve.
I'll second.
With judge's authorization to sign.
Thank you. Motion made by Commissioner Giesland, second by Commissioner McCam to approve the contract with Champion Life Safety Solutions for backflow valve inspections with the judge's authorization to sign. All those in favor? Item passes. Thank you, Court. Item 10, consider and take action on requests for right-of-way permits. Okay. Commissioner
I
McCam?
have 2 right-of-way from Leagueville Water Supply Company over on 3615. This is a 100-acre tract of land that they split up into between 5 and 20-acre tracts. We've already granted them permission a couple of times, and I feel sure there's going to be a few more. But they're wanting to bore under 3615 to put meter service, and I'm going to go ahead and do both of these. They're side by side. two lots side by side. Bore under with a 2-inch PVC casing and connect the meter service. If there's any questions, I'll be glad to answer.
No questions, sir.
Questions?
Not, I move that we give right-of-way to Leagueville Water Supply Company to bore under 3615, County Road 3615 to supply meter service to 2 lots.
Second this motion.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Giesland, to approve the right-of-way permits for boring under County Road 3615 with Commissioner's authorization to sign?
Yes.
With Commissioner's authorization to sign. All those in favor? Item passes. Have another one or just those two?
Just those two.
Just those two, okay. Item 11, consider and take action on submitted budget amendments. Thank you. Item 12, consider and take action on payment of bills.
Yes, sir. This morning I have one set of bills for approval in the amount of $197,463.03.
Questions, Commissioner Thomas?
I have no questions, Judge.
Commissioner Tooley?
None.
Commissioner McCam?
I have none.
Commissioner Giesland?
No questions, Judge.
Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley, second by Commissioner Thomas, to approve the bills in the amount of $197,463.03. All those in favor? Item passes. Item 13, consider and take action on submitted plats.
No plats.
No plats. Item 14, open and consider bids.
No plats, sir.
Is that everything that we have? Anything else? All signed up.
All signed.
I move we adjourn.
Item 15, consider and take action to adjourn. We have a motion.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Tooley to adjourn. All those in favor? Item passes. Thank you all very much. At 9:45, we're scheduled for a workshop. So